everyone, what's the story? It's everywhere. Okay, so I've been trying to think of videos to do, and now Christmas is over and everything, so I've just been like, and just before Christmas I did actually put out a request for people who had a favourite fanfiction, and I would read some of it. I'm reason not to mock the fanfiction or make fun of the fanfiction. These are fanfictions that I think are amazing, and I kind of asked other people what fanfictions they thought was amazing, and I have had a couple of responses, but this one I'm going to do mine first, and then later on I'll ask again and I'll read some of the others that people sent me. Now that's why I've got my glasses on as well, because I've got to read and I hate reading. I hate reading without my glasses on because I've got to like put it straight up there across my face, and I also hate reading with my glasses on because, as you can see, I get glare on the lenses, but there's nothing I can do about that. But this one is, I actually read this when I was 21, 22-ish, and it's Lord of the Rings fanfiction called Destiny's Ring by Elora. I think I never found out how you said her name, and she did start a sequel to it, but she never finished it. And I know you probably won't see this video if you're a writer of this fanfiction called Destiny's Ring, but I really wanted to know what happened at the end. I'll put a link to the description, in the description, to the fanfiction. I'm really sorry my tongue is so tied today. I've just done another video and my tongue was really tied in that as well. Just could not get my words out. I don't know what's wrong. But this was one of my favourite fanfictions, and I would love to know, did you actually ever finish it, or did you, what happened? You know, why didn't you finish it, and would you ever go back to it? Because this is one of the first fanfictions I ever read, and it was so, the work she put into it, it was just amazing, and I'm probably not going to do it justice by reading it. You do have to go and read it out loud. You do have to go and read it yourself. I say I put the link, if the link is still around. I actually just found it on a disc I had, but I'll have a look, and if it is I'll put the link in. But I'm only going to read the first couple of pages of it, because I want you to go read it because it was so good. Okay, chapter 1, Journey to Middle Earth. The rain began pouring just as Kendall Malloy exited the tour bus. With a glance of frustration at the heavens above her, she held her fist above her head, providing what meager protection she could, and darted across the road towards the walled shops on the other side. Each one appeared welcoming as any shelter from the sudden storm would. But she hurried to the nearest door, letting out a sigh of relief as the door closed behind her, and the cold rain no longer touched her. Still, in all, she was already soaked to the bone. A fitting tribute to her last day in Scotland, she figured. From the onset, the trip had been less than stellar. Shortly after she arrived, her wallet had been stolen in the airport, and she was called to call home for money and cancel her credit cards. Hotel reservation had somehow got mixed up, and she had ended up having to stay in a little hole in the wall, where she shared one bathroom with the entire floor, and rarely was lucky enough to get hot water. The bed was lumpy, the neighbours next door much rowdier at night than she would have preferred, and the heat only occasionally worked. If it had not been for majesty of the beauty of Scotland that surrounded her, Kendall would have considered this trip the biggest mistake of her life. "Can I help you?" asked Lassie, a voice called. Kendall tossed her dark red curls. Droplets of water splashed around her. "Just seeking shelter from the storm, if you don't mind." "You seem a bit late for that," the man chuckled, coming round from behind the counter. "Since this is my shop, I'm not much minding that you use it to come in from out the rain." Name's McGregor. He appeared to be in his late 60s, a friendly grandfather type with kind blue eyes and dark hair that was just a bit too long around the ears. "Here's a towel to dry yourself, lassie, before you drip on my rug." Kendall flashed a changed expression as she took the offered towel. She refused to contemplate the often pondering question, as to all people in this country always seemed to have an item that she needed most at that particular moment. If she had been a superstitious person, the very thought might have frightened her. As it was, she decided instead that the people of this town were simply used to tourists. "I'm not mistaken that you're an American?" The older gentleman started as she wiped her face and hands quickly, towel dried her hair. "Are you here with a tour?" Kendall shook her head. "No, I came alone. I've always wanted to see Scotland, so last year I decided to save up and do it. Now I'm simply being decked for the rest of my life, but at least I fulfilled one dream." "There's quite a bit of wisdom speaking out in your lass," he smiled. Wouldn't be surprised. You wouldn't be saying that if you knew me better," Kendall laughed in reply as she began. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. So it is a Lord of the Rings fanfiction. Kendall is an OC character. I didn't realise the magnet was that loud. She's an OC character, and she's, if you've read Morsel Instruments, Infernal Devices, she's very Gem-esque a little bit, but she's more Tessa, Clary-like, even a little bit of Emma as well, Emma Carstairs. So she's one of these girls, you know, like she's doesn't mind going into battle, like fighting the good fight, and as it becomes clear as the story goes on, she ends up in Middle-earth, and it's just fantastic to see it from somebody else's point of view, because everything that happens to Kendall is happening at the time of Lord of the Rings. So the author of that fanfiction just took Kendall and put her in the middle of Middle-earth and in the middle of the War of the One Ring, and she ends up going on the adventure with Frodo, Sam, Merry Pippin, Aragorn, Legolas, Gandalf, Gimli. I'm not going to say how she ends up in Middle-earth. So I want you to read the story because it is so good. It was one of my. It is blue. I know a lot of people who know me. I'm blushing now. I know a lot of people who know me will be like a bit surprised by that, but it is blue. So if you're under 18, don't read it. Oh, I'm sorry, under 16. If in the UK, I don't know. The law is everywhere else, but don't read it if you're under 16. But as I went when I was 21, and it was one of the first fanfictions that I really did enjoy. There's a couple of Star Wars ones before that, but them ones are lost in the ether. I had them on floppy disks, and they're gone. They won't even load up anymore, and I can't even find the website that I got them from. So it's a shame because I would love to revisit them. But they're lost to the ether now. But yeah, please please go and read fanfiction if you are a Lord of the Rings fan. Yeah, it is just an amazing story, and I would love to know what happened to the author. I would love to know, did she ever finish the sequel and she just posted it somewhere that I wasn't, and I'm not on that website, or is it on AO3? Is she under a different name number? Is it on fanfiction.net? If anybody knows, please, I would love to know. Anyway, but for now, I will say love you lots and lots like jelly tarts, and I'm keeping the wiggin' weird.